by dialing us up on KATU.com. We're running a web poll. We'll let you know how it comes out. Do you dread trips to the hair salon because it's at least a 2-hour commitment? Joining us with a new and speedy color weave are Eric Nelson and Brett Michael of the Ziva Salon store. Welcome, gentlemen. And this is Megan. Megan is very brave. Megan, what are you going to have done today?
Apparently they're going to do a bob and a color weave.
So basically they're going to bob and weave.
Yeah, apparently.
That's for Steve Dunn. Okay, let me ask you, gentlemen, what is it that takes so long about a weave anyway? Why do those take a while? You got to wrap up all the foils and everything.
Right. Basically, the technique I do is called balayage. I'm going to do sort of a freehand technique and sort of paint it in, which is a lot quicker.
And now, why is that faster? You called it, I love the way you say balayage. Balayage, is that it?
Right.
And how does it go? Why is it quicker?
Well, it's a French technique to where you're just sort of freehand painting in highlights where the sun would actually lighten the hair.
It's hair painting,
right,
as opposed to the rolling it
right
up in foil. I see. Are you up for this?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to send Megan and our gentleman in, and they're actually, you say that it generally takes about an hour. We're not even going to give you an hour, guys. You are going to have to come on before the end of the show and show us the new improved bobbed and woven Megan, okay?
All right.
So off you go into the green room. These guys have their work cut out for them. And we'll check in and see how Megan turns out. Now, while Eric and Brett work away, we're going to head out to 615 Broadway and see our roving redhead, because she has now Embassy Suites downtown, Portland's luxury all-suites hotel. Well, remember Megan? This is how she looked before she underwent the latest hair color weave and cut by Eric Nelson and Brett Michael. You're ready to see what she looks like now? Here's Megan. Now this is subtle. This is subtle, but you can see some really nice new highlights. What do you think, Megan? How do you like it?
I like it. It's a nice change. So I think it looks really good.
Yeah, a little bit shorter. Did you give them any parameters, or did you just say, go for it, guys?
No, I told them they can pretty much do whatever they want.
And they must have actually kind of liked the general gist of the way you had it styled, because it wasn't what I would call a dramatic kind of change. What did you do as far as the cut was concerned?
Took off about 3 inches off the bottom and changed your layering around a little bit.
Okay, changed layering.
Just reshaped your face, opened up around the face a little bit.
All right, and what about the color?
As far as the color, just went in and sort of painted in some really nice, subtle, sun-kissed highlights.
Do you feel like you've been in the sun now all of a sudden?
Oh yes, I feel rejuvenated.
Now, have you been a person who's had foils put in before and gone to any time commitment over your hair at all, Megan?
Well, I used to before I had a baby. And
story of my life.
Yeah, so my son's 17 months now, and I can honestly say I have done very little to my hair since he's been born. So it was kind of a treat for me to, you know, have something done to it.
That's great. So did you like having the quick paint on the whole thing as opposed to something more?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, time becomes an issue, so.
Yeah, it sure does. Let me give the folks the location of Ziva Salon Store. It's at 610 Northwest 23rd. Our gentlemen today, Eric Nelson and Brett Michael, can be reached by calling 503-221-6990. And you guys did a remarkable job. Just very nice, pleasant outcome. They like it. They like it. We'll take a break and come back right after this. We're going to have the results of our web poll next.
Woman.
Let's jump.
That's too much to ask for. Anyway, welcome back to Good Day Oregon.
You know, earlier we showed you some fashions that you may see when you watch the Oscars. In fact, I'm still wearing mine for the next couple days.
But the right hair and makeup can complete the entire Hollywood look.
That's right. Eric Nelson from Ziva Salon is here to show us how to get a new Hollywood look. And Eric, thanks for coming in. You are from La La Land, so you know what the hot trends are now.
Thank you. Yeah, just moved up here recently.
Uh-huh. So tell us what's hot. I mean, you look at Andy's hair, you look at my hair, and you say, please do something with it, right?
Yeah. No, you guys are right on. Yeah.
We're going to work with it because I look at you and I see it down across the face and the mustache and the goatee and all that kind of stuff. But that's what you're going for. It doesn't have. We don't have to all look like you.
Right.
All right. Well, let's talk about the lovely young model we have here and what you did to her, because she looks like $1 million right now.
Thank you.
What did we start off with here?
Well, basically we took off about 7 inches of length.
7 inches. Whoa.
And then we went in with a razor and made it a little more piecey and choppy through the ends. Made a some layering, soft layering at the bottom.
Now, Eric, what does a razor do that scissors don't do?
It basically give a more piecey, defined, even a softer look through the bottom there.
Okay, do we have a before picture of the 7 inches more hair? That we don't have the picture. They're looking for it. Somebody took it home and they had it up on their wall, so they're gonna bring it back here and show that. So, are you microphoned? No, you're not. But I'll kind of go like this when I ask you the question. I'll stand back here because of my breath. What do you think from the difference from the 7 inches down to now? Is it easier to care for, and do you like the look a little more?
Much easier. I really like it. It's a lot lighter.
Have you ever been talked into a weatherman's chest before?
No,
No,
never.
so this is a new experience for you,
This is a new
as is the hair. What are your friends telling you about the hair?
Oh, they really like it.
Do you like it?
I like the color too, yeah.
So
lot lighter.
you've told us so far what that we have is all right and what she has. What is not all right? What do you not want to have right now and have that Hollywood cool, hip, happening look?
Well, basically nowadays, what you want to do is, especially with color, is not overdo color. You want it to look like children's hair, how it's naturally highlighted from the sun, as she has, like a real soft, natural tone. And also, you don't want a haircut that you have to spend an hour reworking, every morning. You want something that works with your texture, whether you have curly hair or straight. You want something that can enhance your look.
So opposed to the 80s, where we spent hours, with the big hair, it's going to a more simple, childlike look, I guess you would say.
Sleek, polished.
Very little
easy
products
to
as
use.
far as like hair stuff in it?
Right.
Or?
Nowadays, they're so concentrated, you can just get away with using a little bit where you need to shape or define.
If you could generalize, coming up from LA and everyone's hip and right on the fashions, you come up here, what do you see about hairstyles, if you could make one generalization, that people do up here differently?
Portland, actually, it's very cosmopolitan. They're basically the same styles, but mainly in color. I see color that's over-processed quite a bit, whereas just a more natural look always looks more subtle, always enhances.
Does that have anything to do with the fact that you actually have sunshine in Southern California, and so they get a little natural bleaching going on compared to here?
Right.
And we have moss growing in our hair. Did we ever find the before picture? Because I'm very curious. Oh, we didn't. Yeah, you left it there on your wall.
Show us what you looked like before. I mean, just give us.
She was very sad.
It was down at least.
Okay. But you're liking the shorter do. That's
Yes,
good.
I really like it.
Well, you look good.
All right.
you.
So it's shorter, all in simple and subtle with the color. That sums it up right there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Eric, thank you,
coming in.
Michelle. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming in. Up next on Good Day, Oregon.
Mike Darcy has some gardening tips, and he can make your hair look like $1 million as well.
We'll be right back.
Webb's with the experts right now. Rebecca?
Paul, we're in the green room and we are kicking off summer in here in a big way. The first thing you want to do is you want to get dramatic results with very little effort, okay? So I have the guy here who's going to help us do that. Eric Nelson's from Ziva Salon. You guys are over Northwest, what, on 23rd?
Yes.
And you're going to do a technique called balayage, is that right?
Yes, balayage.
What exactly is that?
It's a French technique that's catching on throughout all the big cities right now for a highlighting. It's a freehand highlighting technique to where you don't use foils at all.
So you get the highlights without the foils.
Right.
That's the essence of it. Okay, that's great. And we have Summer here with us. Hello, Summer. What are you going to do with Summer's hair?
Well, basically, we're just going to go in and we're going to paint some nice, natural, sun-kissed highlights that would look as if Summer's been in the sun all summer.
Okay. Now, compared with sitting and having foils in your hair, about how long do you think the process is going to take?
Balayage is a lot faster. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
15 or 20 minutes. And then how permanent is it? Does it just wash out?
No, it's permanent.
So it's just as permanent as the dye that you're using with foils.
Right.
Okay. And what you're using in your salon to do this? Do people come in, you do it, or do I take it home and do it? How does it work?
It's a salon application. They would need to come into the salon.
Okay. And now, are there some rules that you would use when you think about highlighting as far as what your hair color is now? Summer's got a nice auburn kind of color. What would you put on her?
And normally, you don't want to go lighter than your skin tones as far as hair color. That'll tend to wash you out.
Really?
Also, what you want to do, you don't want to go more than 3 shades lighter on the natural hair color.
So don't go lighter than your skin tone.
Right.
That's a very good tip. And what about doing it at home? I know you want people to come to get balayage at your
Right.
place, but I did try some highlights on my daughter, and I can tell you it's much harder than it looks.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. If you're going to work at home, definitely use caution and less is more.
Okay. And then what about how many colors should you shoot for?
Multiple colors are fine. Normally not more than 3 though. Otherwise it's going to tend to look really unnatural.
Okay, so about 3 colors.
Right.
And they should be close together in tone or far apart, or what?
They can be far apart. You definitely want to add depth. You can do gray coverage and then lighter.
Okay,
lighter
so
tones.
we're going to have you go ahead and work on Summer and a couple of other models over the course of the program, and then at the end of the show, we're going to show you how it came out. Okay, so off you go, Eric,
All right.
and you can get started on Summer. Well, we need to give these ladies, before they get, all their hair done, a facelift.
A facelift.
Just in the
Look at that smile.
in the midst today from Ziva Salon, and he's been busily highlighting hair in our green room. We have a couple of models here, and we showed you a few minutes ago what their hair looked like, and you were highlighting without foils. That's the
Right.
hook here, right?
Yes.
And let's see how they came out.
Okay.
What can you tell me?
On Michelle, basically we just painted in some nice summery sun-kissed highlights. It looks as if she's been in the sun all summer.
I hope people can see this because this is so pretty. This is right here, this very lightest part, right? Is what you
Right.
did. And I think it looks really natural. Do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay.
And then here we basically did the same thing. She has a lighter base color, so we just went 2 shades lighter to give sort of the same effect. And if you can see here, we can paint right on the scalp, so the highlights last quite a bit longer than a foil method.
Yeah, that's really neat, and it does, it's kind of subtle. I hope you can tell at home that she has received highlights because
Right.
they are subtle.
Right.
But that's kind of how you want them
Sure,
sometimes.
natural.
Okay,
soft.
that's great. So about how long should you plan for an appointment? You come in, half hour later you're gone?
It takes, yeah, about that long. Today, Brett Michael helped me style, so it was a little faster since we did the styling and the color at the same time, but about 15, 20 minutes for the highlights.
That's TV, though. You got to go like that.
Right.
Okay, Ziva, Eric Nelson, thank you so much. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. You girls like your hair? Nod if you're happy with your hair. Okay, coming up next, the moment you have been waiting for, your chance to win $100 in lottery tickets and maybe even the new Julianne, thank you very much. And this is Shannon before all the highlights were put in.
Not even smiling. Look at that. Poor
That's a
Shannon.
before picture.
Oh, okay.
After. All right,
So-
Shannon, what do you think?
I like it.
You like it? It's very subtle.
What I've surmised is
Yeah?
no highlights, you're sad. Highlights, you become a happy
Yes,
person.
that's the whole idea.
Can we get a close-up of this? Because I want to see it, and I want Eric, I want you to show us exactly what you've done here.
Well, basically we just took the random pieces and went through and painted on the highlights.
What would be some tips? You mentioned framing around the face. A great place to put highlights would be around the face.
Definitely, definitely. You always want to go a little lighter around the face. That way it just gets more of a natural, more lively look.
And is more better or less better? Or
Less is definitely better, especially if you're doing it at home. You want to keep it real simple and follow all the directions.
Now, what if you've already, let's say, bleached your hair to a certain extent? Is it damaging to again come on top and do that?
If it's already been bleached, you would want to stay away from that. If the hair does feel healthy, you could run it through just to add some dimension, some lighter pieces.
How long does this last?
As far as touch-up, as it grows out, depending on the hair, how
Okay.
fast it grows out.
And can the sun actually even make it even lighter when you're running around in the sun, swimming, and all that kind of biking,
Absolutely.
running, all that?
Yeah,
kind of stuff?
definitely.
Okay.
Okay, Eric, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here. Shannon, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
glad you're happy once again.
Weren't you singing the song there, Shannon?
Shannon is gone, I heard, and we're going to be gone just for a few minutes. We'll be right back.
You look great. Lights, that kind of thing. Please welcome from Dolce Salon, Eric Nelson. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you.
So why is this a good, why do more women go red this time of year, you think?
Well, it's a festive time of year. I think a lot of people just want to get into the excitement of the holidays and kind of spice things up a bit.
So you go red, your friend goes green, you have holiday colors, just like that. Now wait, Helen said which color to choose. You have different shades of red you can go?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's well over maybe 50, 60 different variations of red. There's cool reds or warm reds, and then so many in between.
You've worked with Pamela Anderson, Jamie Lee Curtis, and...
Did you ever get them to go red?
No.
well, Jamie Lee's sort of a red, right?
A little bit of a warm brown, yeah.
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 What were they like to work with? Jamie Lee, I love her.
Oh, wonderful people.
Yeah.
Wonderful people.
And the same with Pamela Lee?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Come on,
definitely.
give us the scoop. Give us one good thing that we can
Some
just...
dirt, I guess, is what we
anything?
want.
No dirt, just really good down to
Eric,
earth
it was nice
people.
having you on the show today. Thanks a lot. Coming up, pet gifts. No, all right, Eric, you've got some models you brought with us, and you're going to talk a little bit about what you've done with each of them.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look at Kim. Let's take a look at Kim before. And look, she's very blonde, Kim before.
Yeah.
Look at that. And so when you saw her, you said, let's go red, and let's take a look at Kim after. You look absolutely gorgeous, Kim. That's great.
Kim, give me that look in the before picture, that scowl.
But she's happy now. So tell us what you did, Eric.
Well, since she's blonde, I wanted to stay within the parameter of still being lighter, but still having a nice, rich, reddish color. So this is a coppery golden blonde.
Like it.
And you decided to go with a shorter cut.
Yes, yeah, we did cut off a bit, get those dry ends off.
And you also straightened her hair.
Yeah,
Why straighten her hair?
just for a different look for the show.
Okay. And do you keep in mind skin tone when you decide to go red? I mean, I would think that everybody can go red.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing you definitely don't want to do is apply red if you don't have that warmth in your skin pigment.
And how do you spot that? She's got warmth all over. I can see
Right,
that. Yeah.
right. Usually freckles, red, rosy cheeks, that sort of thing you would
Okay.
want to look for.
Okay, let's take a look now. Thank you very much, by the way. You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Jerusha before. And she's got dark hair, looks brunette, but I guess she also had a bit of brunette, bit of red in her hair before.
A bit of gold showing through, yeah, a bit of warmth.
And
What-
here's Jerusha after.
Now, Jerusha, what did someone stick you with a pin in that before picture? Look at this, like you saw a ghost. Did they tell you to kind of give, kind of a... yeah, well, you look good. Now, do you like it?
I love it.
Well, you know what? We can't hear you. I'm sorry. Why don't you hold that? There you
I
go.
love it. Yeah.
Now, did you tell Eric what you wanted? Or did he basically tell you what he thought he'd like?
He kind of just did it.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care what you think. Well, tell us about what you did do.
Well, since she's never had color at all before, what we did is just go in there and put some nice coppery red highlights in there, just as a way to introduce her to color.
Now, if people want to try this at home, would you have any suggestions for them besides not try it at home? Go to
Right,
your
right.
salon. But if they decided to try it at home.
If they wanted to do it at home, a good idea is to go in for a free consultation to a professional, sort of get an opinion, that sort of thing. Possibly put a reddish wig on or a
See
cloth.
what you look like. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Good idea.
Jerusha, it looks very nice.
Yeah,
you
you
gonna
look
keep it this
gorgeous.
way, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe
I like
go
it.
a little crazier next time.
Ooh, bold, very nice.
All right, now let's take a look at Sandra before. This is Sandra before.
And she was red.
Yeah.
All right, so Sandra was red. Eric, what are you thinking?
Well, what we wanted to do is richen it up a bit.
And here's
because she is
Sandra
natural.
after. It's much darker this time around.
More of a rich red, deeper red for the holidays for a change.
Can anyone go this dark?
Well, not just anybody. You have to have the correct skin tones and whatnot. You definitely don't want to go too dark. This would be considered a medium warm brown.
Now, how do you keep color like this? Do you keep it fresh? What do you do?
To keep it fresh, they have shampoos that actually have toners in them or color, pigment.
Pomegranates work well. Do you like it?
Oh, I love it.
Better than a light red?
I like going darker for the fall. It's more fun. It
Yeah.
kind of gives me an edgier look and things like that.
Edgier, like that. So, any other tips for winter care, that kind of thing, with the weather, the cold weather and the rain and all that?
Definitely a good moisturizer or reconstructor because of the dryness in the air. We don't have a lot of humidity and whatnot, so you want to get a lot of moisture in there and defrizz, shine products, that sort of thing, glosses to keep the frizz under control.
Now, I see like short hair in all these models, relatively short hair. Is short hair in, or is it just something that in the models we've chosen?
It's basically in the models we've chosen. Right
Okay.
now, fashion's sort of at a point where everything's in.
Okay. Very
Eric, we
good.
want to mention if people want more information, they can go to your salon, Dolce Salon. It's in Northwest Portland, and there's the number 226-7802. Thank you so much. And models, you guys all look fabulous. Thank you. Stay right here.
It is time to check in with Karina. Karina's down at Pioneer Place with our Angel Giving Tree. We sponsor it with the Salvation Army.